Greetings to all. I hope all are safe there. Now we will see about the topic bronchial asthma. Bronchial asthma is defined as chronic inflammatory disorder of the airways characterized by irreversible airflow obstruction causing cough, wheeze, chest tightness and shortness of breath. Triggers of the bronchial asthma are pets, exercise, pollen, bugs in the home, chemical fumes, fungus, spores, smoke, pollution, anger, and stress. Now we will show the pathophysiology. In that, which are the trigger factors which we saw now? It leads to the airway inflammation, which causes swelling bronchial membranes, airway muscle constriction, hypersecretion of mucus. Swelling of bronchial membrane leads to the narrow breathing of passages, which leads to wheezing, cough, shortness of breath, and tightness of chest. Now we will see the inflammatory cells, which are mast cells, eosinophil, T helper cells, 2 cells, basophils, neutrophils, and platelets. Structural cells are epithelial cells and endothelial cells, fibroblasts, and nerves. Mediators are histamine, prostanoids, canines, adenosine, endothelins, cytokines, chemokines, which affects our bronchospasm, plasma exudation, mucus secretion, and structural changes. Exact cause of the airway inflammation is unknown, thought to be an interplay between endogenous and environmental factors. Endogenous factors are atopy is a genetic predisposition of IgE mediated type 1 hypersensitivity and expressive T helper cell 2 reaction against environmental antigens, the major risk factor for the asthma. Asthma is commonly associated with other atopic diseases, which are allergic rhinitis, which is 80% caused, atopic dermatitis, and urticaria, etc. Genetics are polymorphism of gene of the chromosome 5q and ADAM33DPP10 and GPRA gene. Now we will see over the environmental factors, which are viral infection, hygiene hypothesis, air pollution, and allergens. Viral infection or RSV, Mycoplasma chlamydia. Hygiene hypothesis or proposes that lack of infection in the early childhood preserves the T helper cell cell, whereas exposure to the infections and endotoxin results in the shift toward a predominant protective T helper cell 1 response. Air pollution allergens, mostly that house dust mite. Now triggers, which triggers the infection, allergens, exercise, irritants, which leads to the Ig mast cell mediated response. Release of mediators from the mast cells and eosinophils, macrophages, and lymphocytes. It causes early phase response and late phase response. Early phase response peaks in the 30 to 60 minutes, which cause bronchial smooth muscle constriction, mucus secretion, vascular leakage, and mucosal edema. Late phase response peaks in 5 to 6 hours. Infiltration with eosinophils and neutrophils, inflammation, bronchial, and hyperactivity. Within 1 to 2 days, infiltration with monocytes and lymphocytes. This both early phase response and late phase response leads to end with the obstruction of large and small airways, air trapping, respiratory acidosis, and hypoxemia. Now we will see about the clinical presentation, which cause wheezing, dyspnea, and cough. Variable both spontaneously and with therapy. Tinnitus, mucus production, symptoms worse at night, unproductive cough, and limitation of activity. Now also we will see about the signs, which increase the respiratory rate with use of accessory muscles. Hyper resonant percussion note, expiratory bronchi expression is more than the inspiration. During very severe attacks, airflow may be insufficient to produce bronchi, which is called as the silent chest. No finding with asthma is under control or between the attacks. Now we will see about the clinical features that increase the probability of asthma. More than one of the following symptoms is wheeze, breathlessness, tiredness, and cough. Before we saw that, symptoms worse at the night and then in the early morning. Symptoms in the response to exercise, allergenic smell, and cold air. Symptoms after taking the aspirin or beta blockers. History of atopic disorder, family history of asthma or non-atopic disorder, otherwise explain the low FEV1 or PEVF. This is a historical or severe serial reading. Otherwise unexplained peripheral and blood eosinophils. Clinical features that lower the probability of asthma are prominent dizziness, light headache's, peripheral tingling, chronic productive cough in the absence of wheeze and breathlessness, repeatedly normal physical examination of chest with symptomatic and voice disturbance, symptoms with colds, only significant smoking history, which is the more than 20 packet years, cardiac disease, normal PEF or spirometry with symptomatic. Now investigation or pulmonary function test. Spirometry estimate degree of observation, degrees in FEV1, degrees in FEV1 or FVC or degrees in PEF. More than 12% increases the FEV1 and 15% after beta 2 agnostic inhalation, morning dipping in PEF. This is a chronic bronchitis. In chest X-ray, hyperinflation, pneumothorax, emphysema, atrial blood gas analysis or hypoxia and hypocardia. Chest hypersensitive test, sputum or blood eosinophil, elevated serum IgE levels. To control and eliminate chronic symptoms, to attain normal lung function, restore normal level of activity, to reduce the number of frequent adequate care hospitalizations, to reduce side effect of medications, to reduce the recurrent exacerbations. These are the goals of medical management. Now we will see of the drug classification. So bronchodilators, symptomatics, selective beta 2 agnostics, short acting, selective beta 2 agnostic, long acting, non-selective agents, methylanthians, anticholinistics, anti-inflammatory agents or systemic inhalations, mast stabilizers and leukotriene receptor agnostics, anti-IgE antibody. Now we will see about the beta 2 agnostics. Okay. Potent bronchodilator usually given by inhalation route. Mechanism of administration is beta 2 agnostic, activates the beta 2 receptor in bronchial smooth muscle, okay, which activates the adenyl cyclase activity. It increases the CAM and smooth muscle relaxation. Finally, it ends with the bronchodilation. Short-acting beta-2 agnostic or salbutamol and terbutaline, which is a duration action 3 to 6 hours, fast-acting with peak action in 10 minutes, convenient rapid onset without significant systemic side effect. Bronchodilator of choice in acute severe asthma used for the symptomatic relief on as required basis. Only treatment required for mild intermittent asthma. Long-acting beta-2 agnostics are salmeterol, phenytoral, formoterol, perbuterol, albuterol, and indaketerol. Now, its duration of action is more than 12 hours. Slow onset of action, used in combination with inhaled corticosteroid, ICS therapy. Improve asthma control and reduce frequency of exacerbations. Improve asthma control and reduce the frequency of exacerbation. Allow asthma to be controlled at lower dose of ICS. Fixed dose combination of corticosteroid with the long-acting beta-2 agonistic have improved to be highly effective. Adverse drug reaction or muscle tremors, the direct effect on skeletal muscle beta 2 receptor, tachycardia, direct effect on arterial beta 2 receptor, hypokalemia, direct beta 2 effect on skeletal muscle update of K plus. Hypoxemia, restlessness, cautions use of hypertension and ischemic heart disease. Now, methylxanthines or methiophylline and aminophyline, median potency bronchodilator, mechanism of action or inhibits the PDE, which is a phosphodiesterol enzyme, thereby enhances the level of CAMP. This inhibits the release of inflammatory mediators. Drug with low therapeutic index. Adverse drug reaction is anoxia, nausea, vomiting, abdominal discomfort, headache, anxiety, seizures or arthritis or diuresis. Used in asthma or chronic asthma and acute severe asthma, which causes oral theophylline and IV aminophyline. Anticholinergics are ipratropion bromide, tiotropion bromide, which a block M3 receptor on bronchial smooth muscle and relaxes it. More effective in chronic bronchitis and COPD, less effective than beta 2 agnostic, hence is used as an adjunct. Safe and well tolerated. Used in asthma, intolerance to inhaled beta 2 agnostic. Status asthmaticus, addictive effect of beta 2 agnostic. Adverse drug reaction or epitropia, slow bitter taste, predicate goma and paradoximal bronchoconstriction. Tiotropion is a longer acting approved for the treatment of COPD and dryness of mouth. Now we will see the steroids, which are prednisolone, hydrocortisone. Broad anti-inflammatory effects, mark inhibition of infiltration of airways by inflammatory cells, modulation of cytokine and chemokine production, inhibition of eicosanoid synthesis by inhibiting the PLA2, decreased vascular permeability, potentiate effect of beta 2 agnostic. They do not relax airway smooth muscle directly but reduce the bronchial reactivity and reduce the frequency of asthma exacerbation if taken regularly. We will see of the inhalation steroids, beclomethasone, budesonide and fluticasone, triamcinolone, phenylephrine and cetirizine. Not effective in acute attacks, only for prophylactic value. HPA axis suppression is generally not seen. Adverse drug reaction or oropharyngeal candidiasis and dysphonia frequent at high doses, reduced by the using spacer device. Used in asthma or acute exacerbation, 5 to 10 days course of prednisolone 30 to 45 mg per day is used with sympathomimetics. Chronic severe asthma, steroid inhalation, status asthmaticus or IV hydrochloroquine, hemisuccinate with oral prednisolone. Mast cell stabilizers or cromolyn sodium, pneudocromyl sodium. Then mechanism of action is inhibit the degranulation of mast cells, thereby inhibiting the release of histamine, inhibit the release of cytokine, depress the neuronal reflex. On chronic use, 4 times daily, reduce the overall level of the bronchial reactivity. These drugs have no effect on airway smooth muscle tone and are ineffective in reversing the asthmatic bronchospasm. They are only of value when taken prophylactically, given by inhalation route. Used in asthma or prevention of asthmatic attack in mild to moderate asthma, adverse effect or well tolerated drugs. Minor side effects are throat infection, cough, mouth dryness, rarely chest pains, tightness and wheezing. Leukotriene receptor antagonist or montelukast, zafirlukast. Now we will see highly selective and competitive agnostic, which is block effects of leukotriene and thereby reduce the mucosal edema, relieve the bronchoplasm. Inhibit exercise induced and aspirin induced bronchospasm. Adverse drug reaction or rarely headache, rashes, GIT disturbance. Uses prophylaxis of mild to moderate asthma. Anti-IgE antibody. Omalizumab. Recombinant humanized monoclonal antibody targeted against IgE. Mechanism of action or Ig bond to the omalizumab cannot bind to Ig receptor and mast cells and basophils, thereby preventing the allergic reaction at a very early step in the process. Pharmacokinetics: single subcutaneous injection, vary 2 to 3 weeks away. Used in asthma persons of more than 12 years of the age with moderate to severe persistent asthma. Omalizumab is not an acute bronchodilator and should not be used as a rescue medication or as a treatment of status asthmaticus. Adverse drug reaction: expensive drug has to be given under direct medical supervision due to the risk of anaphylaxis. Now we will see how we have seen that drug types of beta-2 agnostic, corticosteroid, leukotriene modified, methamphetamines, anticholinergics, drugs, and anti-IgE antibody. Each of the mechanism of action are beta-2 receptor stimulation, increased CAM formulation in bronchial muscle cells, which causes relaxation. For corticosteroids or reduce bronchial hyperreactivity, mucosal edema, and suppress the inflammatory response. Here another, the leukotriene receptor antagonizes receptor mediator bronchoconstriction, increasing vascular permeability and regulation of eosinophils. Methamphetamine inhibition of phosphodiesterol, blockage of adenoreceptors, and induced neutralization of this Ig circulations. And examples are the albuterol, dermaline, and hydrocortisone, fluorouracil, etc. We'll see about the status of asthmaticus. Severe acute asthma. Severe airway obstruction. Symptoms persist despite initial standard acute asthma therapy. Severe dyspnea and unproductive cough. Adopts the upright position, fixing both griddle to assist accessory muscle of respiration. Sweating, central cyanosis, and tachycardia. Treatment are high concentration of oxygen through face mask, nebulized salbutamol with 5 mg in oxygen given immediately. Ipratropion bromide 0.5 mg plus salbutamol 0.5 mg nebulized in oxygen who don't respond within the 15 to 30 minutes. Terbutaline or 0.25 to 0.5 mg or IV 0.1 microgram kg per minute. Hydrocortisone, hemisaxine 800 mg. This is followed by the 100 to 200 mg 4 to 8 hours infusion. ED intubation and medical ventilation if above treatment fails. Thank you.